Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be talking about all the cards astrologically connected to the fixed fire sign of Leo. Seeing as Leo is in full swing right now, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do this. I usually do it the first of the month, but I will admit I forgot. No worries, we're here today, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. As we know, the card most related to Leo season is Strength. That is the major arcana card that we have right here, and it has the maiden with the infinity sign above her head holding the mouth open or petting. Honestly, this illustration really looks like she's petting the head. So it's kind of embracing our own inner lions and connecting with that inner animal and finding the strength to believe in ourselves. And it's a beautiful card that's astrologically connected to Leo. Now, this is labeled 8 of the major arcana. But in other decks, like the Marseille Tarot, which came before the Rider-Waite Smith, it was Justice in this position, but we're not really going to get into that because Arthur Edward Waite, when he was coining and like collaborating with Pamela Coleman Smith when creating the Rider-Waite Smith, he decided that he wanted that to be astrologically connected to Leo. And if we think about it, especially with that lion right there, then we have that energy of that lion because the lion is the animal, the element in connection to Leo. It's the sign of the lion. So it's embracing that inner power, that inner strength, I feel, and really being true to who you are and finding the strength to go after your dreams. Now, if you look at like celebrity birthdays and stuff like that, these are things that I do when I'm bored. I actually like to go online and like look at different celebrities' birthdays and stuff, and quite a lot of them have Leo suns. Like, just an example, I believe Tom Cruise does. The lead singer of Def Leppard, Joe Elliott, his birthday is in like the second decan of Leo, and it shows that fire and that power and that willingness to stand in front of people and not be afraid to show who you truly are. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to check out all the cards astrologically connected to Leo. We've got the King of Wands here, which is the first and second decans. The Knight of Pentacles, which makes up the third decan, as well as the first two decans of Virgo, and then the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Wands correspond to the first decan of Leo, the second decan of Leo, and the third decan of Leo. So we have all those energies here, and you can tell I have a couple cards in the back that I feel like really embrace this energy and show like the power that Leo season has. And whether like you're a Leo sun, you've got a little bit of Leo in your birth chart or anything like that, everybody has the power to be a star in their lives when they find that internal strength to go for it. So we're going to start with strength here. We're going to move forward there, like start with that one and then move around. And I'm going to show you the different illustrations and, give you a little information you might not have had before. So you can see we have 3 different illustrations that are still very much the illustrations of strength. And I've made it a point to use the cards that have that 8 energy instead of the 11. This one in particular doesn't have a number on it. This one does. It's up here, but it's a little bit harder to see. But beside the point, we know it's 8 in these decks, and it kind of embraces the energy of strength. Up first is the Shadow of Oz Tarot. We're based on the Wizard of Oz books by L. Frank Baum. You can see here Dorothy herself, hugging the Cowardly Lion. And the Cowardly Lion is the one that in the movie and in the books, I've done a video on that as well. The movie is book 1. So if you want to learn more about the Wizard of Oz, then I highly suggest reading the rest of the books. I think there's 18 or 19 in total. So that's 19 different stories that are just beyond the Wizard of Oz, like the original magical, wonderful Wizard of Oz. There we go. But this illustration kind of embraces that inner strength. And when strength comes up in a reading, when this card comes up, we have that question and we need to ask ourselves of what strength means to me or what strength means to you. So when I'm talking about it, I always see it as the internal strength that we need to go after our dreams, or even that internal strength that we need to be able to lift weights and have that mindset and that focus to want to be able to do something. Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, she had a goal. She wanted to get home. She wanted to be back with her Auntie Em and Uncle Henry in Kansas, and she was willing to do whatever it takes to do it. She had to have strength to keep going, to have that confidence to keep going, and to face those lions that she met in the woods and befriend them and take them with her. That took strength, just like it took the lion's strength to really believe in his power and become the king that he was meant to be. And so that whole energy of that card right here really shows the power that strength possesses. When we embrace those inner lions, see there, tame those inner beasts and those inner demons, we can find the confidence to go after our dreams, being those showmen, those stars, those powerful, powerful people that other ones look up to. Leo is the showman of the Zodiac. It's that belief and confidence that you have what it takes. So as the energy, the sun sits in Leo, we have that energy surrounding us, whether it's a part of us or not. Finding that strength to go after our dreams and do what we want to do and show the world what we're capable of. Up next, I have the Strength from the Spirit Within Tarot, which is right here. And when I picked this card, I really picked it for the reason of the cliff right here. It just connects so much so much more to me, back to the Fool that begins the major arcana. And it sees the cliff here, and it's like facing that demon, or not really demon, but that inner lion, that fear, that power within, and really finding the confidence to face it so you can turn around and leap off of it. As he's looking back at this at the lion on the cliff, it kind of makes you think of looking back at your past, learning the lessons that those past have to teach you, because that strength that comes, like that you have within, often comes from the experiences that you've lived through and lived through and learn from. Like the wisdom and experience that we gain from our past is what gives us the strength and power and confidence to go after our dreams. So this says, do you have the strength to leap off that cliff, to find the confidence to go after your dreams? Once you embrace that inner lion and you find that confidence to leap off, anything is possible. And that's why strength in Leo season is such like an empowering time. Like this, the weather's warm, the sun is beating down on us, and anything, absolutely anything is possible. So that's the Spirit Within Tarot for strength. Any season really is a time to like go after your dreams and find the confidence, but it's just like this time of year is perfect. Like that warm weather and that sunny atmosphere and just summer in general, it's so enjoyable. And an opportunity to leap off a cliff into a lake or a body of water, and finding that strength to do something that you didn't think you can do, finding the confidence to go after your dreams and believe in yourself. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Titanic Risen Spirits illustration of strength, because this one, unlike this one, and this one, shows more than one person. It shows this person having the confidence and the strength and willpower to keep going despite the tragedy they've just experienced. Because we know the story of the Titanic. We know it sank in 1912, April 14th to 15th, 1912. These people had to get in the lifeboats. There wasn't as many lifeboats as they would have hoped because they didn't think they needed them. I can go on and on about the Titanic and everything, but I'm not going to. The reason I chose this illustration is because sometimes we have to find that strength to be the strong person for other people. Like, she's keeping these children safe. They're probably terrified out of their minds. Picture yourself sitting in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night. It's freezing outside. All you can see, I don't know if there was a full moon or the light of the moon or anything like that. Obviously, I wasn't there. This was 111 years ago. But once the Titanic actually sank, it became silent out there, and those people had to sit there for hours until daylight, most likely. I think it was daylight when the Carpathia found them, but they had to have that strength and willpower to keep going, to not give up, to believe there was something more. And so this character here like really embodies that in that power of strength, where she's been strong for the ones around her too, keeping them safe and keeping them calm. So strength is more than just facing our inner demons and facing our inner lions and embracing our animals and being a showman in life. Strength in Leo season, like that confidence of Leo and that power of strength, shows having the strength to keep going no matter what life throws at us. And before we move on, we do have the energy of the 8 here, and it is the 8th month of the year, so it does relate to success and wealth. And the real best way to find the success and wealth that we seek is to find that internal strength to stand up for ourselves, to find the confidence to show the world what we're made of. Because when we find that power, that showmanship, really embracing our inner lions and not being afraid to go after our dreams, anything is possible. You find that strength, that success and wealth. Once you find that strength, you can find that success and wealth because you're not willing to give up. No matter what obstacles we face, no matter what cliffs we come to that we don't know what the ending might hold, hugging, loving, embracing our inner power, our inner animal, and taming those inner beasts can help us to achieve our goals and find the success and wealth and the internal strength we need to achieve whatever we want to achieve. So that is strength, and you can see all the cards there, and I'll leave a link. I can't really leave links in the description below for cards like the readings like these, because that's just too many words because of the links, but I will leave a list in the description below of all the cards that I have used, so you can use those to find them too if you're interested in doing that. So we're going to move these cards out of the way, and we're going to move on to the masculine leader of Leo season, the King of Wands. The King of Wands, as I mentioned earlier, is astrologically connected to the first 2 decans of Leo season. So at the time of this video going up, it's very much the King of Wands energy. It occurs from about July 20th to 21st to about August 20th, 21st. So right now, up until the 11th or so of August, this is very much the King's energy. And it shows like that passion and that fire and enthusiasm that could take us really far in life. The King of Wands is the one that's considered to have seen the world and has all the stories to back it up. And it's letting that inner fire and passion take control and really lead us in life. If you're interested in knowing like a different court cards that are related to the astrological symbols, then fixed signs are always the kings, mutable signs are always the pages or knights, and the queens rule over the cardinals. So those are, like, we'll get to them when we get to Virgo next month. We'll very much talk about the Knight of Pentacles, which is beside the point. We do talk about him a little bit, but we'll move forward. I really chose a bunch of cards here that show the animals, the animalistic sides, because I feel like that connects to Leo season a lot, and that strength card we just talked about because of that inner lion. And so the fox here in the Oak, Ash, and Thorn Tarot, or the Three Trees Tarot, has his wand and he's standing guard. He's got all these birds around him, and the birds aren't really, he's not fighting the birds, he's not trying to attack the birds. He's learned from his experience, and he's really taking that power and that wisdom he has learned from going and following and leading, letting his passion lead him in life and his inner fire lead him in life. He's got that power, and he's really taking the time to really sit and reflect on it. It kind of reminds us of the King of Wands from the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is up here, and he's looking back on his past. Like whenever the cards look backwards, I always see them as taking the time to reflect on where we've been. Because as I said before, the strength that we have in the present often comes from the experiences that we've left behind in the past and the obstacles we managed to overcome. So this King of Wands likely has experienced a lot of obstacles in his life. Like, think of the foxes and the animals in general. Like, their establishments and their homes have been destroyed so that we can create houses and stuff like that. Forest fires, that's causing problems as well, which is devastating. But they have to keep going. If they survive, they have to find that strength to keep going. And this fox has definitely found that strength and that wisdom. And he's taking the time to, think about it before he takes this wand and moves forward again. So that King of Wands energy, that leader energy, really again shows that inner animal and embracing that inner animal, so you can lead the life that you're truly passionate about, the one that lights your inner fire. And when you embrace that inner animal and love who you are, feel complete and whole within, you can achieve anything, you can do anything. So this passionate energy that is with us now, kind of tells us to go after our dreams, to find the confidence to do something with our lives, so we have the stories to back it up and to share with others. Because a lot of times it's the ones we see on the TV, the celebrities and the showmen, like I talked about Tom Cruise and Joe Elliott, that enthusiasm and that passion they have for what they're doing inspires others to do the same. So that Leo energy, like I said with the Titanic tarot a little bit ago, that it's not just the internal strength that gives us power, it's sharing that internal strength, being an inspiration to others that can help make the world a better place. So really letting our passion lead is the energy of the King of Wands, having that power and that passion and enthusiasm for life. This one, I'm actually going to do this, and we'll talk about the man in a minute. But the cat here, I wanted to talk about that one as well, because, cats are just baby lions. Dash isn't in my room right now. I have the door shut because she likes to come in and knock all the cards off. But it shows that, just that unafraid. You see the lightning, or the wand right here. I'll pick it up. The wand right here is on fire. So we have that fire and enthusiasm and excitement there. And the cat doesn't seem to be all that concerned about it. It is looking back towards the past, so it's knowing that you've overcome those things in the past. You've overcome obstacles in the past, and you're still standing here today, so you can achieve things moving forward as well. And the more danger and more situations that you overcome and find strength from, the more interesting those stories you share are going to be. So the cat's looking back, he's saying, I found this, I'm confident in myself, I'm not afraid of the salamander that's going to bite me, I'm focused on this bird, I'm focused on what it lights my inner fire and what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to let that lead my way and help me fly to where I want to be. So it kind of, what's interesting, they do connect very much to the Rider-Waite-Smith there and the salamander. See the salamander there, and he's on the tree right here, and he's right here, there, right there as well. And off the top of my head, I don't know, the spiritual meaning of salamander, but what I do want to, focus on about the salamander is, they can grow back their tails. As far as I know, that's true. They can grow back their tails. So, when life wants to cut you down, life wants to make you give up, you can transform yourself, you can regrow from it, and that's where you find your inner king, that inner power, because you take action on your goals and you don't let anything hold you back. The King of Wands is very much connected to the energy of strength, because it shows having the strength to have the confidence to follow our inner fires and overcome whatever obstacles stand in our way. So embracing that inner animal, embracing that inner lion, that inner power can help us to achieve king status. Well, metaphorically, I don't know if we can actually be kings or queens, but that's beside the point. King, like, lead in our lives. Just give us the ability to really lead and take control. I didn't mention, and I forgot to mention, Cat Tarot. This is the Grimalkin's Curious Cat Tarot by MJ Cullinane. Again, I'll leave it in the description below. But beautiful deck. She's such an incredible artist. Like, you can see there, she's like, she can paint like nobody I've ever seen. It's just so realistic and so awesome. She's the author behind the Crow Tarot, and I believe there's the Raven's Prophecy or the Raven's Dream Tarot as well. She's got so many, I couldn't list them all, but Grimalkin's cat is this one. And then we move on to the Dreamkeepers, which is the one that I've chosen because it wasn't an animal like these two. And it's kind of like this calm, chill dude. He looks very average. He looks very much from like the early 20th century. And he's got his hat here, and there's a tiny little flame right there, which is the only thing that really connects with the King of Wands energy and that fire and passion. But I chose this card because I want you to know that no matter how average you think you are, no matter what you think like you're not capable of, once you find that confidence to really take those passions, those inner fires, and let them lead in life, it doesn't matter how average you are. You can become the showman, the powerful, capable person that's not afraid to stand up in front of people and really find the confidence to go after your dreams. When I first started doing these, my first video is about the death card, and I was so scared when I did that. And even today, my videos, I'll admit, they're not that great. I don't edit them. I don't look back on them a lot, and a lot of times I still like doubt myself. But once you start doing something, once you realize that you can do it, there's nothing you can't do. And this King of Wands, as average as he looks, as just standing there like he doesn't have anything to offer, he's still holding the placement, being the character of the King of Wands, which shows no matter how you look on the outside, no matter how much you doubt yourself, when you find that confidence, that passion to take action on your passions and your inner fires, you can lead in your life. You can be the confident person. It's up to you. It's up to you to take control and really lead in your life, facing those inner demons, embracing those inner animals, and cutting off what no longer serves you so you can find what really does and really lead in your life doing what you're passionate about. So that is the King of Wands. And now we move forward to the Knight of Pentacles, which takes up the third decan of Leo, about August 11th to about August 20th, and moves forward to Virgo season, which is about September about 10th or 11th again. So they've got their messages as well, third decan. And when it comes to having the strength and being that King of Wands energy, taking those actions and believing in your goals and really taking those passions and making them lead, you do have to work for it. And that's the Knight of Pentacles energy. He doesn't care how long it takes. He doesn't care how boring and mundane the work's going to be. He's willing to put in the work, the effort, put forth the effort and drive and focus in order to achieve his goals. So you can see there the ground still needs tilled, like he's tilled it, but it still needs to grow. The plants need to grow. He has this focus of the pentacle right there. He knows what he wants to achieve. And then I've chosen the Tarot of the New Vision. That's this card right here, which is very much just another side to the original Rider-Waite-Smith, because it's still very much like the same character, but you can see the other side. Like here, he's got the bull and he's pulling the stuff so that he can plant his garden and have the fruits of his labor grow. And he's looking back towards the past, whereas this one's looking forward. So this is a reminder, as you look forward, you have that creative energy with the yellow. You can achieve anything moving forward, but the best way to do that is learn from the past. Taking the time to reflect on where you've been so you know where you want to go moving forward. And know that's experience, not everything of that experience is going to be all that enjoyable, exciting, but even I'd say like Tom Cruise, like I mentioned, and Joe Elliott, lead singer of Def Leppard, they had to work for it. They had obstacles that they stood in their way to achieve their goals. And really taking the time to reflect on those obstacles, knowing I've overcome this before, I can overcome it again, you can help you achieve whatever you want to achieve moving forward. And those obstacles that you've overcome, those experiences that weren't all that enjoyable, they didn't last that long. The fruits of your labor after those works and those boring times, was worth the effort, was worth the time that you put in. So learning from where you've been, soldiering on to where you want to go, that shows the power you possessed once you find that internal strength to really lead in your life. And this is from the Dark Mansion Tarot. And I really like this illustration because of how bored the horse looks. Like, he's not that all that interested in the fact that he has to do all this hard, boring, mundane work. But he's willing to do it because that's what the rider wants to do. And again, it has that energy of embracing our inner animals. Because a lot of times we might not want to put in the hard work and effort to achieve our goals. But if you're going to find that success and wealth, let's think back to the 8 of strength that we met earlier. If you want to find that success and wealth that you desire, then you have to be willing to work for it. And that's what this knight is all about. If you want to achieve that king status, really lead a life you're passionate about, then you have to be willing to put the hard work and effort in, no matter how boring it may seem. All of this can be filled with the fruits of your labor, the gold, the wealth, the coins, the money, the material possessions, all the things that you want to have in your life. You have the ability to do it when you take control and you don't let anything hold you back. Soldier on over the obstacles. Don't let anything stand in your way of achieving that leadership status, that taking the action on what you're passionate about, showing the world that what you're capable of, being the showman, the king of your story. Taking the time to put forth the work now can help you achieve those goals moving forward. And then last, but again, certainly not least, is the Shadowland Tarot Knight of Pentacles. And you can see there, he's got his bag of money. And that's why I've chosen this illustration. You know, they have a coin. He's got his down here, wrapped in his arm. He's got his coin, he's got his coin. Because unfortunately, as much as we wish it wasn't true, you've a lot of times got to have money in order to make more money. Like, I don't know, there's a saying about that. To make money, you got to have money or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But it shows, you know, having the funds necessary in order to achieve those goals. And the character here, he's very much a soldier. He's got this hat, he's got his little helmet there, and I kind of want to relate this to that fire and passion that makes us want to keep going no matter how boring and mundane and how slow things might go in order to achieve our goals. And he's on this snail, and the snail seems to be going backwards. And a lot of times, you know, in order to go forward, we have to go backwards because we have to face those inner demons and find the confidence we need to achieve our goals. So he's soldiering on, he's learning from his past, and he knows that it's going to take hard work and effort in order to achieve his goals. So that energy of Virgo, connecting back to that third decan of Leo, shows, you know, that perfectionist, that willingness to pay attention to the details in order to achieve our earthly goals. And, you know, fire is not necessarily earth, and the fixed fire is what we're really focused on here. But that passion, a lot of times, it's the money that makes, like, the material stuff that we can buy with those passions and things that really make it worth the while. Being able to feel safe and comfortable in our lives and have the stories that we can tell to inspire others to go after their dreams as well. No one said the path to success and wealth and to strength and being the showman in our stories would be easy, and this illustration from the Shadowland Tarot really suggests that, you know, snail's pace, slow and steady, no matter what you want to achieve, you can. The hard work and effort that you put in today can help you find the success and wealth that you'll find tomorrow. So that is the Knight of Pentacles. And now we move on to the Five of Wands, which corresponds to the first decan of Leo, about July 21st, 22nd to about July 31st. So we have the illustration here with the Rider-Waite Smith, and it connects very much to these two illustrations as well, because I see the Five of Wands as a card of immaturity, of letting other people dictate your passions, making you think that your passions aren't as good as theirs, and just like doubting yourself because other people might have different passions than your own. This first illustration we're going to talk about is from the Modern Witch Tarot, and it's very, very, very modern, I feel, because you can look in that illustration there and you can see that a few of these women have masks on. So it relates back to 2020 when half of us would wear masks and half of us wouldn't because of COVID. So that has the energy of this card as well, and those different opinions about the situation, whether you wanted to wear a mask or you didn't want to wear a mask, really conflicting with other people's opinions. And even today, but and all the way in 2023, you know, 3 years later, we still have like this fear of COVID. We still have like the wearing masks. There's forest fires and stuff in Canada moving down into America, so you want to wear a mask for that as well. And that's just an example of like other people's opinions and passions and distractions that conflict with our own and cause us not to believe in ourselves. That 5 energy of it, though, shows the change and transformation that can come with it. It relates to the Hierophant of the Major Arcana, which says, you know, think for yourself, trust your intuition, and know that you have the power to change your story for the better. You know, don't give in to the ones that want to cause problems. They're focused on their own passions just as you should be focused on your own passion. You have the power to change your story for the better. You have the power to make your life what you want it to be and really lead that life that you're truly passionate about, the one that makes your inner fire burn brightly. When you don't give your energy to the ones that want to stop you or the ones that want to bring you down, don't fight amongst each other, but just focus on your goals and lift each other up instead of bringing each other down. We have this illustration here from the Zombie Tarot, and I've chosen this one because these people are so stuck in their own ways, so focused on fighting amongst each other, that their dinner, you know, the guy with the brains, they might have his foot right here. That's either, yeah, that's his foot. They have his foot. They're focused on that and tearing that apart, while the guy is actually getting away. So these conflictions that we've had with other people, the ones that we're fighting with because they have different passions or goals than us, and they want to tell us we're different, not good enough, or we're doing the same thing to them. You know, we might be losing out on what we want to achieve. You know, these guys should be very much focused on the guy that's getting away. They want, like, that was their passion. They wanted him for dinner. They wanted to eat his brains, but they're so focused on fighting amongst each other that they're not able to see that their goals are getting away from them. And maybe we're not trying to take the life of somebody else or eating their brains or anything, but when we're focused on letting other people like dictate our lives, or focused on letting them have their passions and focused on their goals and letting them tell us that we aren't good enough, then we aren't working to achieve our own goals. So again, like I said with this card and this one as well, it's immature, it's silly. Don't give the energy, our precious energy, to them when we can change our lives and transform them into the ones we're truly passionate about. When we really focus on our own goals, be willing to put in the work and the effort to achieve that leadership status and what we're passionate about. And then, of course, we have the Mystical Medleys Tarot right here with the spider. And I've chosen this illustration because it's sometimes not even other people that cause us not to do our goals. It's our own doubt, which connects back to that inner strength with facing our inner animals and our inner demons and finding the confidence we need to go after our dreams. So if our mind is working against us, filling us with all this doubt, making us not think that we can achieve our goals, giving us all the reasons that we can't, then we're not going to be able to transform our lives into the ones we're truly passionate about and really lead in them. So this kind of illustration and this 5 energy, again, shows the power we have to change our lives for the better when we find the confidence we need to really go after our dreams and believe in ourselves. So finding that internal strength to overcome our inner demons, really finding the confidence to go after our dreams and really lead lives we're passionate about, we have the power to do it. Don't give in to the negative energy other people might be giving you, but rather believe in yourself. Focus on what you want to achieve and believe you have what it takes. I mean, other people are going to talk us out of things. Other people are going to try to tell us we can't do something. But we find that confidence we possess, we are capable of, and really believe that our inner fires can take us far, then there's nothing we can't achieve. So believe in yourself, embrace that inner lion, find the inner internal strength to go after your dreams, because there's so much you are capable of, so much worthy stuff you are worthy of achieving and leading a life you're passionate about. You can be victorious and a winner whenever you truly believe that you can, or are willing to work for it. We'll set these cards aside and we'll get to the victorious card of the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands follows the Five of Wands, obviously, and corresponds to the second decan of Leo about, well, the time right now, this is August 5th as it's going up, so about August 1st to about August 10th or 11th. That is the energy of the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands, as we can tell from the illustrations here, very much a powerful card, very celebratory, very focused, because this is, as a 6, because it's the Six of Wands, it relates to self-reflection and the lovers of the major arcana. So it's taking that time to reflect on where we've been and really appreciating what we have achieved. Those goals that we were passionate about, that we've achieved in the past, gives us the strength and wisdom we need to make the future what we want it to be. Now, this first illustration is from the United States of Tarot. You can see the illustration here is George Washington with his soldiers behind him, taking this road forward. You know, he's achieved his goals, he's achieved what he wanted to achieve, and his inner fire has led him to where he wants to be. Now, I've chosen this illustration because when it comes to America and the United States, we do have George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, I'm forgetting people here, John Henry's in there too, but that's a different story. But it shows that passion they had to leave behind what they know, going to completely unknown across the ocean, facing those waves, overcoming those obstacles that stood in the way, because they didn't like how Britain was being run. They didn't like the religion. They didn't want to be in control like that, so they let their inner fires lead them, and they fought the obstacles and worked hard to achieve their goals. So even reflect, not even necessarily our personal past, but reflecting on humanity's past in general, all the things that we've overcome, all those obstacles we've overcome, and the victories we found after them, appreciating those and learning from those experiences give us the strength and the wisdom we need to find the success and wealth and really lead lives we're passionate in the present. So he even achieved being president because of how hard he worked. So not only is he a Six of Wands here, he's very much a King of Wands too, I feel, because he shows how far you could go with those passions when you believe in yourself and you have a goal set. So victories of the past, victories of our personal past and stuff like that, appreciating those and what we have accomplished and achieved in the past can help us achieve even more in the future. Next card we have is the Deviant Moon, Six of Wands, and of course I chose this because this is my beloved Deviant Moon, and it's my favorite deck of all time, you know that. And instead of like the Seven of Wands energy, which we will get to next, they're celebrating this guy. He's come out of his cocoon, he's now a fairy, he has put in the time and effort, because I can only imagine just how boring it must be to like sit in a cocoon. I'm not a caterpillar, I don't know how that works, but really sitting, that can be very boring, just waiting for things to occur. But he's come out, he's ready, he's learned from his past, he's appreciated what he's achieved and those goals that he's achieved in the past, and he's found that passion and that fire in the present to love who he is and believe he has what it takes. And you can see the people celebrating him here, and it's very much in this illustration as well. But it shows like the power in this one too, that it shows the power that other people, like when we believe in ourselves and find that confidence, other people believe in us too and really celebrate us. So being confident in who we are today in the present by learning from where we've been and all those victories we've achieved in the past, we can be the showman of our stories. We can be the leaders in our lives and lead lives we're truly passionate about because we're confident in our own skin. And I feel like that's truly the energy of the Six of Wands. Reflecting on where we've been, appreciating and loving who we are despite the obstacles we might have had in the past, despite the negativity, and appreciating all the things we have to be grateful for, all those things that we've accomplished, all those victories we've done, no matter how small they may be. Appreciating them in the present will give us the confidence we need to move forward with the confidence and achieve the goals that we set for ourselves and put forth the work no matter how boring and mundane it might be. And then we have the illustration from the Pulp Tarot, which is kind of, I feel like this card and this card are very much connected. Even though there's no one around him, he's still the president. Well, not necessarily in this illustration, but he was the president of the United States, the first president of the United States. And how many people looked up to him? Like, he was voted into that position. They wanted him in that position because he showed who he was and he showed the power he possessed. So, not being afraid to stand in the limelight, to show people what we're capable of, really leading in our lives, being confident in who we are. You got the wreath here, the wreath here, the wreath here. Not necessarily wreaths in this illustration, but you've got the wands there. And the passions and goals we've achieved in the past can help us achieve goals in the future. And really celebrating all of those, believing in ourselves in the present because of what we've done in the past, taking the time to be grateful for all those passions we've accomplished before can help us accomplish even more moving forward. So, the second decan of Leo, if you're watching this during then, if you're not, that's okay too. Take the time to appreciate where you've been. Appreciating all those accomplishments you've achieved before can help you to achieve even more moving forward, because you are capable of anything you set your mind to. When the inner fire is focused on it too, there is nothing you can't achieve. So that is the Six of Wands. Different illustrations of it, and again, I will leave a link on the list in the description below of all the different decks. You've got the Pulp Tarot, you've got the Deviant Moon Tarot, and you've got the United States Tarot over here. And it just shows, passion can take you far. You can do anything, celebrating who you are and loving the skin that you're in. The Seven of Wands is astrologically connected to the third and final decan of Leo, about on August about 11th to about August 21st, before Virgo season starts. And we have the illustrations here. This one very much connects to that Five of Wands and even the Nine of Wands as well, which shows like other people wanting to work against us or other people making us want to doubt ourselves. And we have that illustration here with the Rider-Waite-Smith. You can see all the wands there wanting to fight, and he's got this drive, this determination to not let them stand in his way. They might not agree with him. They might be the obstacle that he might face. You know, 7, that energy. Sorry, I dropped the card. The 7 energy right there, you know, overcoming obstacles, getting behind the wheels of our chariots, and not letting anything stand in our way of achieving our passionate goals. And so he's very confident in himself. He's willing to face his past. He's willing to overcome his the obstacles he has in the present, face those people that are against him, and really lets his inner fire continue to lead him. Because when we have that inner fire burning brightly, we're focused on it, we're fixated on it, and we're not going to let anything stand in our way. There's nothing we can't achieve. What 7 follows? It's the 8 of the success and wealth. It's finding that internal strength, that confidence, that belief to go after our dreams so we can achieve the success and wealth that we desire. Yes, this illustration is from the Light Seers Tarot. You can see here, like, she's sitting there, she's meditating, and unlike this guy, who seems very angry, very determined to fight off these guys, she's calm and collected. She's staying in her own bubble, she's not letting them get to her, and she's just, you know, peace and happiness moving forward. Again, like I said with the 5 of Wands, don't give your energy to the ones that want to stand against you. Give your energy to yourself, to what you want to achieve, and give your energy to love and light, and being that confident, loving, strong person you need to be to really make the world a better place for all and show the world what you're capable of. So staying calm and collected in face of the obstacles that you might face and the people that are against you, you know, kill them with kindness. I've always heard that saying, and that's always a positive thing. Like, just shock them with how nice you are. Don't let them, like, tell you can't do something, and you can overcome whatever obstacles you face. 7 of Wands from the Dame Darcy Queen Alice Tarot is up next. The reason I chose this one is because of that word right there, serpent. And the bird's sitting there, like, telling her that, and telling her that she isn't good enough, that she's not who she says she is, and she doesn't have what it takes. She's not a little girl that's a fool for life. She's not capable of going after goals. She's a serpent. She's not worthy. She's not good enough. But when you let those other people's voices, like, tell you that, then you don't have the strength and confidence to go after your dreams, and that's very much an obstacle that we can face. Telling somebody, hey, I want to do this, and someone else going, oh, this isn't going to work, you're not good enough, I doubt you, I don't think you're capable of this. Letting those people talk us out of things can be the greatest obstacle we can ever overcome. But, like, being able to do that, finding the confidence to say, I don't care what you think, I'm not a servant, I know who I am, and I know my passions can take me far, you know, gives us the strength, the drive, the power to just overcome whatever obstacles stand in our way, to really achieve our passionate goals. So much about the Leo season is about passion and fire. It's the fixed fire of the sign of the Zodiac. Really letting that inner lion go. Don't be afraid to, like, show the world what you're capable of. No matter who wants to talk you out of it, no matter what wants, what other people's passions and goals are to tell you can't do something, when you believe that you can, when you believe in yourself and see yourself as the amazing, passionate, beautiful soul you are, anything is possible. And then last but certainly not least, again, is the Beauty of Horror Tarot. And you can see the illustration here. He's got his own grave dug. Maybe they forced him to dig his own grave. Maybe they filled him with so much doubt. But he's going to stand there and he's going to fight. He's not going to let anybody stand in his way of his goals. So whatever goal you have, whatever you want to achieve, whatever passion lights your inner fire so much that you want to lead life with it, don't doubt yourself. Don't let someone else to stand in your way. Don't let the obstacles that you face keep you from achieving your goals. Find that strength within. Face those inner demons. Face the demons externally that want to talk you out of it. And don't give them the energy to, like, talk you out of it or make you doubt yourself. You can achieve anything that you set your mind to when you believe in yourself and go after your dreams. The opinions of others don't matter. It's yours. Believe in yourself. Don't give them the time and energy. Just trust yourself. Learn from where you've been. Love who you are today, and know that you are capable of finding the success and wealth that you deserve. Being the showman of your story when you embrace your inner power and your inner lion and go after your dreams. Not giving up no matter how boring it might be at times, no matter how much obstacles might stand in your way. When you find that confidence to fight for what you believe in, you can do anything. So that is a look at the cards astrologically connected to Leo. The 7 of Wands with the 3rd deacon, the 6 of Wands with the 2nd deacon, and the Five of Wands with the first deacon, as well as the third deacon here with the Knight of Pentacles, the first two deacons, as well as the last deacon of Cancer season with the King of Wands, and of course the woman or the man or just the individual of the season, the power that is Leo, the strength that we have within to be the showman of our stories. Now, all the information that I shared in this video comes from the book by Corrine Kenner called Tarot and Astrology, if I remember correctly. I will leave that in the description below as well. I'll try to leave the link for that too. But all these cards should be available. I think Titanic Risen Spirits is still available. I don't know for sure. Beside the point, embrace your inner flame, show the world what you're capable of, and always, always believe in yourself. Let those inner passions and inner fires lead your way. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in the next one.